In the Inner Rim region, the planet Harad is located, where the Sunrider family, Andor, Nomi, and the daughter Bima, prepare all their possessions to go to the Stennis system, where Andor Sunrider, a Jedi, will visit a legendary Jedi Master named Thon, the Jedi Watchman of the system, with the mission of delivering a very valuable package, a set of Adegan crystals, raw material for the creation of lightsabers, and Andor also hopes to be trained by Thon. All three members of the Sunrider family are Force sensitive. However, Andor is the only actual Jedi. Nomi Sunrider has never wanted to train as a Jedi since she considers herself too timid for all the tasks and duties that Jedi perform, and she also knows that it's a life of constant danger. Nomi always considered her husband, Andor, as a man with enviable strength. The love within the Sunrider family was never lacking, and this was a curse for Nomi, since in those moments when Andor answered the call of duty of each Jedi, she was left alone in her house. Helplessness, longing, and fear invited Nomi every time her husband left on a trip. Andor was separated from her family for months. At times, he was completely isolated, these being the worst times for Nomi, since it was inevitable that she would think the worst, that her husband would not return. Furthermore, her little daughter was totally dependent on them, so Nomi refused to begin Jedi training. However, despite all this, Andor was totally determined to turn Nomi into a Jedi, and the presence of Jedi Master Thon would be a great help. Before reaching their objective, the Sunriders would stop at the Spaceport near the Stennis system. The place they had arrived at was full of criminals and pirates, since the Stennis system is located right on the mining border, being a perfect place for criminals from all over the galaxy to make a previous stop before going to loot minerals from the mining worlds. Despite trying to go unnoticed, the Sunrider family is placed under the radar of Voga the Hutt, a Hutt crime lord who operated Stennis area. Voga knew perfectly well about the cargo that Andor was carrying with him, the Adegan crystals, so he sends his pirates to get them by hook or by crook. The mercenaries interrupt the Sunrider family's meal. A group of pirates surround the Jedi, and with his lightsaber in hand, Andor tries to calm the situation through dialogue. However, behind him, an ally of the Hutt approaches with his gormworms, that is a small venomous reptile, and with a bite from this creature on Andor's neck, he ends the Jedi's life. Nomi cannot believe what she's seeing, and kneeling next to her late husband's body, she mourns his death. The pirates order Nomi to give them the crystals, but it's at that moment so difficult for her that the spirit of Andor appears asking her to take the lightsaber and defend herself and her daughter. Nomi instinctively takes Andor's lightsaber and attacks the pirates, finishing the task Andor couldn't. The spirit of Andor tells Nomi that their paths from now on will take different directions, and tells her that she must take the crystals and go in search of Master Thon. Nomi Sunrider accepts her husband's last request. She takes her possessions and escapes. The event that Nomi had just witnessed kept her in constant disturbance. She found it difficult to stay attuned to the Force. However, Master Thon's presence helped Nomi know where she needed to go. He was a beacon of hope that directed her to the right place. She thus arriving at the planet Ambria. Nomi Sunrider, her daughter Bima, and her robot A3DO set foot in Ambria for the first time. It's a strange, desolate, gloomy world with a frightening energy, but equally touches of hope spread throughout the environment. Nomi sets out to find the Jedi that Andor had promised her. On her journey, she passed by a strange lake. At that moment, she heard voices telling her to back away from the place and leave. However, among those voices, another peculiar voice told her not to listen and to continue on her way. After walking, Nomi comes across a small house, and later, a man riding a strange creature appears. From the first moment, Nomi understands that he is a Jedi, so the individual invites Nomi into his house. However, danger wouldn't leave Nomi alone. After leaving the spaceport where her husband died, the Hutt and his pirates followed Nomi to the planet Ambria in search of the crystals she has. The Jedi listens to Nomi and her terrible story. He chats with her about how the Force acts in strange ways, giving her condolences about her husband. However, at that moment, the Jedi senses a threat coming towards them, being the Hutt and the pirates. They had found the Jedi's home and the location of Nomi and the crystals. The Jedi, with his lightsaber in hand, goes out to fight the pirates. At first, he seems to have the situation under control. However, one of the pirates manages to wound him, being surrounded by more mercenaries. At that moment in which the Jedi's life was in danger, the beast that he had been riding hours before had come out of the small house to defend the Jedi, attacking the pirates and using a strange ability, a kind of force field, to finish off the Hutt and his mercenaries. Having driven away the threat, the Jedi introduced himself as Willie. He later walks over to the creature and thanks it for teaching him another lesson in his Jedi training, referring to the creature as his master. This surprises Nomi, discovering that the creature's name is Thon, the same Jedi Master she came looking for. Months had passed since Nomi arrived with Master Thon. However, in all that time, the Jedi Master hadn't spoken a word to her even once. This has a reason. Master Thon is aware of the pain and sorrow surrounding Nomi. She still had doubts about the Jedi path and the decisions of the Force. It seemed unfair to her that a good man like her husband had been abandoned by the Force. Thon knew of the feelings that led to the dark side, so he had let Nomi analyze her thoughts for months. Additionally, through visions, Thon predicts that Nomi Sunrider will become a powerful Jedi who will be remembered for generations. And given this premonition, Nomi Sunrider would witness her incredible potential. Her daughter Bima is playing near the lake when some creatures come out of the water to attack the little girl. Paralyzed with terror by the scene that Nomi sees, she saves her daughter through a strange ability that she possesses and that comes to her on rare occasions. This ability causes the two creatures, instead of attacking Bima, to attack each other, thus rescuing her daughter. Aware that Nomi has a date with Destiny in the future, Master Thon addresses the woman and officially begins her Jedi training. Inside the Hutt's palace, after his pitiful return from his failed mission to obtain the crystals, a group of pirates led by Pinhead Stonebone are brought to him, who had been caught trying to steal the cargo from a ship protected by the Hutt. Always, all those individuals who were caught stealing from the Hutt or his allies would be sentenced to death. However, after his failed mission in Ambria, the Hutt has a better fate for the pirates. He would spare the lives of Pinhead Stonebone and his band of pirates if they got him the crystals. Without much choice, Pinhead accepts the deal. Back in Ambria, while Willie is repairing A3DO, he and Nomi have a talk about Master Thon, where Oz tells her everything about the Master. Despite being a powerful Jedi, he decided to live on Ambria since he had initially repelled the dark energy that infested the planet. Oz mentions to Nomi that she will not see him for a while, as he is leaving to help a Jedi Master and his apprentices with a delicate matter. Oz would go with Master Arca Jeth and his students, Todd Danita, Kay Kaldroma, and Uli Kaldroma to the planet Onderon, the same planet where the Beast Wars had ended, and apparently, Master Arca sensed that a great threat from the dark side was going to attack soon, so Willie would come to support the Jedi. At Master Thon's house, he and his apprentice exchange a few words about their upcoming training. Nomi Sunrider accepts the Jedi path. She understands that it's her destiny. However, the only thing she would deny would be the use of the lightsaber, since the simple fact of thinking about taking the weapon brings back the memory of her deceased husband. Master Thon takes Nomi and Vima on a short walk through Ambria so that they can become familiar with the planet. It's on this walk that the Jedi Master begins Nomi's training by giving lessons on the true meaning of light side and the Force to a Jedi. A true Jedi must not only embrace the light, but also face the constant pull of the dark side. This duality, he explained, challenges the dark side and forces a Jedi to go beyond the limits, just as Nomi did when she rescued Bima. When Nomi remembered Oswillem's words about Thon choosing Ambria due to the strong presence of the dark side, Thon revealed that a great darkness had once plagued the planet, but was eventually driven to the depths of the lake, the same place where she had rescued her daughter. Thon reveals to Nomi the deepest currents of the Force and teaches her the art of using a lightsaber as a tool to focus the mind and strengthen the connection with the Force. He ordered her to build her own lightsaber, using the crystals she had brought. However, still tormented by the guilt of having taken lives in her own defense, Nomi refused to participate in the creation of the lightsaber. Accepting Nomi's choice, Master Thon tries to show her a lesson from a different approach. Thon carried with him a gift from Master Arca, an ancient Holocron. This would serve to educate Nomi and Vima about the deep history of the Force and the Jedi Order. The gatekeeper of the Holocron told the stories of the Jedi's permanent conflicts against the armies of the dark side throughout the centuries. He expressed that the Force could be harnessed by those sensitive to its currents for purposes both good and evil. Galactic history tells of a large number of individuals who took advantage of their great power to cause pain and suffering to the weakest, elevating themselves to the status of kings and gods. Tragically, even some Jedi had succumbed to the seductive lure of the dark side, selfishness, and the quest for power and self-benefit. Master Thon engages the Holocron's gatekeeper in conversation about his vision of an imminent conflict. The gatekeeper warned that a shadow from the dark side would inevitably reach the galaxy, and that Nomi would play a vital role in the battles to come. After the gatekeeper disappears, Master Thon gives Nomi a gift, his lightsaber. However, Nomi's fear remains to the point that she considers abandoning Jedi training, contemplating a return to her homeworld to start over. However, the Force acts in curious ways. Nomi and Master Thon are attacked by a fin-head Stonebone pirate gang sent by the Hutt to seize the crystals. Although Thon saw this as an opportunity for Nomi to accept her Jedi path and use the lightsaber, she refuses. Nomi, unwilling to use the lightsaber, sought refuge for herself and her daughter. Since she was not willing to fight, Thon, as a last plan trying to make Nomi see reason, surrenders to the pirates. Seeing that Thon was in danger, Nomi performs her special ability, the same one she used to save her daughter in the lake, the Jedi battle meditation, thus sowing discord between the pirates and starting a fight between them over the Dagon crystals. After saving her master, Nomi experienced a profound change, and listening to the call, she decided to wield Thon's lightsaber. She ended the lives of several pirates, while Thon unleashed powerful waves of Force energy, eventually forcing the pirate fleet to retreat. Standing among the fallen, Thon comments to Nomi that, while no one wants enemies, they serve a vital purpose, forcing oneself to go beyond our limits and find true courage within ourselves. When night comes, Nomi and Master Thon gather. Convinced of her new role, she agrees to join the Jedi in the fight against the dark side.